Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, still with you, and this morning's edition of The Breakfast Show. As promised earlier today, we discuss, of course, artificial intelligence, AI, which has been making waves in almost every industry, and media and communications are no exception. It has revolutionized how we consume products as well as distribute information. And we're delighted to be joined this morning by our guest over the telephone, Professor Dr. Salma Ghitany, the Professor of Mass Communications. It's a very good morning to you, Professor Salma.
Good morning. I'm very happy to be with you today.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time this morning. And of course, artificial intelligence, some hate it, some love it. First and foremost, could you tell us a bit about artificial intelligence and how it has had a profound impact on the media in general?
Yes, so much like with any other discipline, AI is said to be on its way to revolutionize how the media and journalism industries or media and entertainment industries are carried out.
Yes.
We are already seeing its uses in drama making or in Hollywood or in movie making, and we're seeing its uses in newsrooms as well. It's basically the simulation of human intelligence using computational algorithms and computational equations that the humans train the programs on the computer to do for them.
Mm-hmm.
Its main aim is to make work more efficiently, do work more efficiently, perform tasks faster at a more efficient level with less margin of error. However, it has also jumped into the creative endeavors and started to be generative, as they call it, generative artificial intelligence tools that generate content by giving them simple keywords or what we call prompts.
Mm-hmm.
They can make things for you. They can create a text, an article, and now they can create a piece of audio file or an image or a video, a short video. So by just giving them some text prompts, you can generate content and use that.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Salma, I just want to ask you, where do you stand when it comes to artificial intelligence? I mean, does the use of artificial intelligence in the media present a major challenge, especially to media practitioners themselves?
I wouldn't call it a challenge. I would call it an opportunity that needs to be taken with enough care.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be cautious about the use of artificial intelligence within the media industry. It can present these enormous opportunities to act as a co-pilot or an aide or an office assistant to media professionals in different areas throughout the media industry. But it can also be very lucrative in it that it can replace some of the tasks that the humans are known to be doing. And if they find that the results are good enough, they would be tempted to rely more and more on it, which would then create this vicious cycle of people wanting to rely more on it because it gives them efficient and fast results, it saves them time and effort, it does not take breaks, it does not go on holiday.
Yes.
So I can ask it to edit things for me, to summarize for me a long piece of text, to create a headline for me, to pitch ideas for stories, to find out, to scrape the internet and find out what everyone's talking about, what's trending now. So it really has the ability to perform these tasks that are maybe human-led, but at a much complex pace and faster pace. So it's very lucrative for people when they start to use it. However, what people don't necessarily always pay attention to is that it makes a lot of errors still. Mm. It still needs human supervision and human oversight. You cannot rely on it entirely, especially in a very detailed and very complex job such as journalism that requires a lot of vetting and verification and making sure the source is correct. And there are a lot of these standards and professional standards that we are taught to always keep in mind when we do journalistic work. Mm-hmm. And AI might not necessarily follow all these standards all the time. It can be biased, it can give us biased results, it can make things up, what we call hallucinations. Of course, it's getting better every day. Yes, just 2 days ago, on May 13, OpenAI, the company responsible for ChatGPT, launched something called GPT-4o, which is basically a whole new level of generative AI. It can create images and videos with extreme precision and close to human-created images and videos, very hard to differentiate the difference. It takes a very expert eye or even AI tools to test them. So it's going to take us into a whole new level. And what's interesting about it is that it's going to be free. So anyone will have access to create images and videos and articles and all that.
Tell me, doctor, do you believe in some sort of censorship when it comes to the use of AI?
Well, censorship is usually a word that holds like a negative connotation. What we refer to is usually governance or regulation. So we need to make sure that AI is regulated or governed, again, much like anything else. Like you have the governing bodies that govern the television or any other legacy media like radio, newspapers. There are a set of bodies that govern their work and they hold them accountable when they are not doing a good job, and they penalize them if they do a poor job at informing the public and so on. So AI also needs to be governed. It needs to have a set of guidelines that govern its work so that it's not misused or abused for something that's malicious or for something that can cause harm to the environment or harm to people or harm to countries or harm national security. So it has to be governed. And this has to be on the level of the development of the AI tools as well as its use by different persons and entities. And this is already in the making. We can say that the year 2023 was the year of AI governance and policies. Everyone was trying to release all these nicely written guidelines and policies within the newsrooms. The EU has the EU Act, the AI Act, the US made something. Egypt, of course, has its own charter of responsible AI that is launched 2 years ago. So we're trying to create these policies to abide by. It's a matter of their implementation and oversight that is now going to be an issue.
Absolutely. Doctor, let me ask you a bit about, the spread of social media. Do you see this as having contributed to the use of artificial intelligence?
Well, social media are platforms that help people speak up their words and their minds and their opinions. It's a platform for sharing of knowledge and ideas. It's a marketplace of ideas, basically. So with ChatGPT and or other generative AI tools and these interesting things that it creates, social media platforms present the platforms that carry this content that help people spread them, help people circulate them, help them reach the eyes of many. So it's not necessarily a direct relationship, but of course there is a symbiotic relationship between both. People who create things on AI want to share them with others on social media and so on.
Indeed. Now, Dr. Salma, as someone who is, in touch with students and upcoming media practitioners, tell me a bit about how, a potential journalists, for example, from the younger age group see the use of AI.
They're very, students in my class are very happy because they see AI as something that would help save them a lot of time. You know that this generation is a fast-paced one. They're always multitasking. They want to do a lot of things at once, and they want to get to their destination very fast. So AI is just a tool that would help them reach this stage faster and more efficiently. And this is why they see it as a great opportunity. They want to learn how to use it, and what we try to teach them is that how to use it responsibly, how to use it ethically, how to use it with caution, how to be media literate when using AI, much like using any other media tool as well. So trying to use it in a way that they get the most out of it and reduce the errors or the distractions that it might give them. And of course we teach them that it can be used as, again, an aid. It's not meant to replace media professionals. It's meant to help them perform the job at a better pace.
Absolutely. Finally, Dr. Salma, let me just ask you, there's lots of theories and conspiracy theories that AI is going to develop its own brain, and have its own thoughts, etc. Do you agree with such theories?
Well, actually, some of the major tech companies behind these widespread AI tools, like OpenAI, for instance, have already in their mission statement that they are working towards reaching a level of general intelligence, artificial general intelligence, or AGI, which basically means what you're saying is that the AI reaches a point that the machine learns from itself, and it starts to learn on its own with minimal to no intervention from humans whatsoever. So it can start to perform complex or more complex analytical tasks without humans telling it how to do so. So this is the level of general intelligence that these companies are actually aiming for. We're not there yet, thankfully. We're still at the narrow intelligence kind of stage. All of this advancement and evolution that we're seeing is still considered narrow intelligence because it still requires humans to oversee it and to program it. But we're not there yet.
Okay, good. Thank God. Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Salma Ghitany, the Professor of Mass Comm. Thank you so much, Doctor, for your time this morning and for joining us on this morning's edition of The Breakfast Show. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today's episode. We do hope you have enjoyed it. My name is Angie Mehermani. Thanks for joining us.